agreed to go for an early morning dog walk. Not that we own a dog. Personally, I've never seen the attraction of being responsible for something with a 15-second memory of its last meal and a constant desire for sex. They're what I consider husband. It's not that. This was an opportunity to meet some new people, so I said I'd go along. We met in the car park of a nearby nature reserve. It's a cold, sharp morning, and I was looking forward to stepping out and getting warm. The mums all drew up in their hatchbacks, which they opened, and then lassoed the dogs with rope leads as they leapt out. Then, with owners in tow, the dogs pulled over to an area where they could sniff under each other's tails and wee. Nice. There were 6 dogs altogether, 4 black Labradors, an Airedale, and a little white West Highland Terrier named Bertie. It transpired that his owner was Rachel Worcester's mother. We'd not met before, but Rachel's friendship with Ellie meant that they'd be coming to our party. The dogs all gathered around a little gate at the entrance to the reserve and then barged through in no particular order, making the mothers bump and bang into each other. All apart from Bertie. Rachel's mother made a point of making him sit. Stay! So she blew on a whistle to indicate that he was allowed to join the others. Once through, the dogs all were unleashed and bounded off, and I walked alongside the Airedale's mother. She told me they'd called him Bonkers. For a variety of reasons. As we chatted, Bonkers crouched down to take a dump at the side of the car. She produced a bag from her pocket and knelt to scoop the steaming heap. And then looked round for a bin, but there wasn't one. So I assumed she carried it at arm's length. But she didn't. She opened her pocket and put it in, and then removed her glove, put her bare hand in afterwards, smiled and said, whoa. Talk about bonkers. Each of the dogs followed suit at stations along the walk, and finally Bertie started to sniff and circle the ground. Rachel's mother raised one index finger and said, Bertie, wait. Bertie's little face took on an agonised expression. Wait. His back leg stopped. Wait. We stood transfixed, watching the dear little white thing longing for a poo. Seconds turned into minutes, and I realised I had actually stopped breathing as Rachel's mother held the moment. Then finally, she relented, blew on her whistle, and Bertie unloaded his breakfast. The dogs had by now bonded into a small pack. One of the Labradors, an entire male, I was proudly informed by his owner, took the lead. Bertie and Bonkers were relegated to the rear, on grounds of size and insanity, respectively. Then, round the corner, advanced a large boxer dog. All muscle and venom, wearing a studded collar. His owner was a stocky, tattooed man in his 30s. All muscle and venom, wearing a studded collar. Everybody stopped. The Labradors stood like sentinels, tails erect. Back off, they growled at the boxer dog. Sizzoo! The boxer dog growled back, and the man led down and attached a chain lead to his collar. The poor creature nearly went berserk. Just when he needed all the street cred going, he'd been placed into harness. He sprang away from the lead, snapping, biting and hurling right hooks and obscenities at the Labradors, drool flamed from his lips. The Labradors hurled them back with interest. What to do? We needed to get past this man and monster if we wanted to carry on with our walk, but nobody fancied going near. Rachel's mother seized control. She marched past man and monster, threw her arms wide and said, "Bertie, come." Bertie looked at her with horror. His eyes turned to Bumpus' ford, but Bumpus' loomed elsewhere. And then he took one step towards the teeth of the box dog and froze. "Come, Bertie." Then he took another step and froze again. "Bertie, come." Then on an instant, Bertie made a decision. He was having none of it. He turned on his tail and gambolled back to Bonkers. Bonkers gave a yelp of delight and greeted him like a long-lost buddy. The two of them charged to the car park, nudging and shoulder-barging each other and revelling in unprecedented freedom. I don't know what to do. If we went back for them, we'd be taking the same route as the man and the monster, and the Labradors were not happy. But if we carried on with our walk, we still had to negotiate this pair, and we'd be leaving them behind. The man made a decision for us. He jerked on the lead, said, "Come on, front, Bruno," and retraced his steps. As he passed Rachel's mother, he muttered something in her ear, and we all gathered round to hear what it was he'd said. "Well, I couldn't be sure," she said. "But I think he told me my dog had balls. I really don't know what he's talking about, because Bertie was castrated years ago." We got back to the car park to find Bonkers happily bonking Bertie.